Hi, 87 subscribers. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a custom memory inside your AI assistant. This could be a voice assistant or a chatbot. Okay, so in this example, we'll just talk about chatbot, but you'll see how it can also be applied if you're building a voice assistant and using, let's say, Voiceflow as a backend for your tool. As you can see, in ChatGPT, it's very straightforward. It's automatically inside one thread. So let's say we have, hi, you know, how are you? What, like, my name is Eugene. So it will, we can provide some details. I live in Israel. And if we say, can you remind me what is my name? So it does remember our conversation, right? So it does it automatically. If you build a chatbot inside Voiceflow, so let's create a new one and say demo. Let's choose, let's choose chat, create an agent. By default, it is not an option on Voiceflow if you're not checking up the specific thing. So let's say we do the like we do the response, we say greeting the user. So we ask AI to say hi, then we will capture the user response, and then we will say respond. And as you can see here, so basically the AI, so this is the response tab, means that the AI will analyze and respond based on just based on our prompt and, let's say, user question. So what we can do is we can say, because this capture step saves response into the lost utterance variable, right? We can say respond to user like sentence, because it might not be a question, right? It might just be like hi, um, lost utterance, um, be short and straightforward, something like that. Okay, so and then we will loop it, then we will, let's say, capture the response again, and we'll go back to this step. Okay, so if we test it right now, just keep in mind that here we are basically letting AI know that in order to respond, so in order to provide an output, you just need to look at this prompt. So the only thing that the AI will look at is just this information and the last utterance. So if we run this step and we say hi, we can say my name is Eugene. Nice to meet you, Eugene. And then we can say, what is the weather? Something like that. And then obviously, so if we say something like, what is my name? It does not remember our previous conversation. Obviously, that was the case for some period of time building bots, on Voiceflow, but not recently. I think it was like a year ago, probably. They introduced this feature when you can specify that, let's say, you can respond based on memory and prompt. So it's basically acting the same way as ChatGPT does. So we can say same thing. Hey, hi, my name is Eugene. What is the weather? What is my name? And it should give us that our name don't have personal information. Can you repeat what was my last sentence? Sure. Can I ask you repeat my last? Sure. You ask. Can you? No. Before that. where I mentioned my name. You mentioned your name in your first message. Again, so it does. So I just don't want to restructure the response, because usually, when we are dealing with AI, it by default, it's not able. So if you do not program it, if you do not say that you need to provide personal information to the users based on their history and based on the information they provide, they are programmed in a way to not disclose some information. It's just how at least ChatGPT is structured. Anyways, but as you can see, it understands that, it remembers our conversation. And um, what was the first question that I asked? But now is very, very important step. What is the weather? Okay, the problem here is that currently Voiceflow saves from what I found on their documentation. It's not as straightforward. I did found like a few resources, but usually we're like still using it. We just when we are building solutions on Voiceflow, we're doing and saving the memory using the custom code, and I'll show you how to do that right now, because they only save 10 last responses in this conversation. So that's why, in ChatGPT, you can talk and send like hundreds of messages and it will remember the whole conversation. Here, it will not remember the whole conversation. And if you want to go in depth, if you want your customers to go in depth, and let's say clients provide, if you're building this solution for someone or for your business, and your clients talk to this assistant for a while, you ask a lot of questions. I think I already showed you one of the solutions that we built for ergonomic furniture brand, when we were like qualifying the prospect, asking a lot of different questions, basically like a form. So we need to capture all the responses, and there are probably 30 utterances, and we need to capture all this information and then let AI decide what is the best product fit. So we need to save and we need to build a custom memory. So the in theory, you can build it in a lot of different ways, but the most straightforward one, at least for us, is to build it using the custom actions that Voiceflow recently introduced. Please, if you're not a coder, don't worry, I'll show you how it works, okay? So this is, how it works on like one of our demo projects. So if you go to, I think it's, where is it? Yeah, it's here. It's in functions in memory. So you will not have it, okay? So I will provide you this code. So there will be a link. So if you subscribe to my, so this is how I try to grow my newsletter. So if you subscribe to my newsletter, provide me the email and I'll like shoot you back with a link to the resource hub where you will be able to find it. Okay. I think it's a fair deal, right? Okay. So if you let's say you have this code, okay? So you need to actually go here. You need to go to functions and you need to create a function for the template. So, so you won't have any templates and you can call it memory. I'll go through this code right now. So you just delete everything here, but as you can see, the first message is not, deleted. So you can, delete the first one and basically delete the last one so that we only so that we only have here, so that we only have like this at the end, and again, it was not deleted, this at the beginning. Okay, so you don't need to understand what this all about. If you do, it's really good, but you basically need to, like, I'll just copy and paste it from my current project. So for the input variables, you put the last response. So basically the difference from the last response and the last utterance. So the last response is the chat, the bot response. And guys, I will let me actually do that first and I'll explain what it means just in a second. So basically you input all these variables here inside, when you are building the function. So last utterance, previous custom memory, and last response. And then for the output variables, you put basically custom memory, right? And for the success, you actually path, so the success path. So this is, how you actually create a function. Then when you go to this project, you can access it through custom actions, and you should, no, wait, sorry, not custom actions, functions, my bad. Okay, so from functions, you choose memory. So now is the very important step. So we have this function. You remember that we inputted there the variables, the path. So we need to map these variables right now. Basically, inside this function, there is a code, right? There is basically a code. And we need to let the, code know, okay, so it is referencing last utterance. Again, last utterance is what user is sending inside your chatbot. So basically, this is, when we capture, as you can see, we're greeting the user, and then we capture last utterance. So if we say hi, then it means that, let's say again, just for, for this sake. So we have, sorry, we have, AI ask a question, let's say a question, and then we say hi, right? So this is called last utterance. Of course, you can rename and save, entire user reply to a different variable, but this is how it's done by default. So now we basically need to match this variable with last utterance. Again, it's the same name, but it's just, it's mapping. So these are on the right, these are the things that are referenced inside this code. So you need to know, okay, so when you reference this, you actually mean last utterance. I think you get it, okay? Last response, same thing, last, uh, last response. It's actually created by default by Voiceflow, as you like. This is the new project, right? I did not create any variables. It was created. So basically, when we say hi, then it goes to AI, right? AI process this response, and they say back to us like hello, okay? But this is actually, this is, AI output this response, and this is called, last response. So this is the last utterance, this is what we provided, and this is the what AI responded with. So we need to save all this information into our custom memory. This is very important. Yes, sure, in theory you can only save customer responses, but why would you do that? Because if, let's say, like bot will say uh something like X, and throughout the conversation, user would want to have access to the information that the that the AI provided in past, right? So that's why we actually need to save both customer inputs and the AI inputs output, sorry. Okay, so, and now we need, for the previous custom memory, we have custom memory, but obviously it's not created. So we need to create a variable called custom memory. Add custom memory. So you create the variable and you reference. Again, I know that it might sound confusing, but again, like last utterance and last responses are the variables that are created automatically, but custom memory is not. So basically, it's asking us, because in this code it is referencing. So it's basically, it's saying, okay, add last utterance high, right? Add high to the memory. Also add last response. So you need to add hi, plus you need to add hello, right? So this is what it's for. Plus you need to add to the new memory, you need to basically add all previous memory. So that's why, because in this step, when we connect it here, obviously the custom memory is empty, right? And for the customer output, we can say custom cu- custom memory. Okay, so in this case, it's empty, right? But let's say here there is another question. And after this question, we can we can do it, we can duplicate it just for the sake of this example. So basically, let's say we say hi, the AI answer us, like write us something. So both hi and the answer is saved in memory. Now it's waiting for the user response. User asking something, and now basically what user just asked, then this, we can here go back to here. Then this response will also be added to this memory. And so basically now this new user utterance plus new response from AI plus the whole memory before, which we inputted here, right? The custom memory, and it's referencing, okay, so what is the previous custom memory? And this is, we have it as a variable of custom memory. Okay, I think should be good. So let me actually show you how it works. So if we say hi, so right now inside the custom memory that we have just created, as you can see, it went through this function. There is hi and hello, how can I help you? So both of these sentences are inside custom memory. We can say, my name is Eugene. Now it basically got the previous memory, right? The previous memory, and added, my name is Eugene and nice to meet you, Eugene. How can I assist you today? So it also added these things inside the memory. Okay. Actually, it doesn't make any sense since I think, yeah, so because, yeah, it was my mistake. Basically, after this memory, it went here and it like updated memory 2 times, right? So it doesn't make any sense. So like, what would make sense, we would need to basically have a capture, like another capture here, I think. No, wait. So I'm confused right now. Okay, so if we, if we ask this, then we, let's say, do the capture. Then after we do the capture, obviously, we go to, actually it should, no, sorry, yeah, it was correct. So we are waiting for the user response, uh, and then we are saving this information here, right? And then we can do the same thing. Basically, we can duplicate this one. It goes here. It's answering this question, saving the info, and then going back here. So now it should be better. So if we say, hi, my name is Eugene, it will save the memory, answer the response. You can say, what is the weather? Sorry, I don't have an access. Can you remind me what was my name? Your name is Eugene. So in this case, again, it's acting the same way as ChatGPT does, or any other. Basically, you can, of course, build, like right now, there are a lot of different tools to build chatbots, and they have this functionality natively. The problem is that it's very limited, right? So we build more advanced things, and it's very, very simple. Yeah, it does, involves some sort of code, but as you can see, it's very, very straightforward. I think I made it pretty clear. So in this way, you can make sure that you have the whole memory in your like basically the whole memory. What you can also do is, oh wait, no, I actually forgot. So it was responding from memory and from the prompt. So what we actually need to do is, so now we are, responding from the prompt, but you need to reference, sorry, my bad. Okay, so you need to reference this memory as a context. So basically what you need to say is, okay, so respond to user sentence last utterance. Be short and straightforward. For use the conversation memory as the context. And now you basically ensure custom memory and you basically duplicate it here. Sorry, it was probably, responding to us, that my name is Eugene, and it was remembering our conversation since we, input it here. So we did just the prompt and the memory. So now, if you remember, we inputted just the prompt, and last time it was not working. So if we do it now and we say, hi, my name is, let's say, hi, my name is Eugene. What is the weather? Can you remind what is my name? Yes. So it's acting the same way, but right now we are asking AI, sure, so this is the user question, and please make sure that you use, custom memory as a reference point, as a context. And you can have your user can have, huge conversation with the assistant, and it will be all saved in variable, and then it will be used as a context. The advantage here is that obviously for each different step, so let's say for this one you can use, GPT 3.5, but on this step you can use, GPT 4, 4.0. Again, in this case it's not super clear why would you do that, but if you have very contextual flows, and if you have different intents for different sort of actions, but you maybe have, just one memory for the whole thing, doesn't matter what kind of intent uh, or what kind of route the user go to, you have just one whole thing. So for, intents and the routes and the workflows that does not involve, getting information, let's say, from your knowledge base, you can just use GPT 3.5. But if you want, if a user asks very specific question about your services or your products, use and this user to a specific flow through, an intent step. Where is it? Where's intent? Wait, Ah, wait. So I think they changed it. Yeah. Anyways, so you send a user to a different intent, to a different flow, and then you can, reference the same memory, but using a different model so that it's providing more accurate response. Okay. So, and you can, in theory, why it's very useful. Again, I just don't want to make this video 30 minutes. This is more advanced things. So you can basically respond to AI. The problem here, and this is the problem with Voiceflow, I'm not sure why they are not doing it natively. And this is like the reason we actually, developed this thing. When you are choosing respond AI from the knowledge base, right? So when, let's say, answer the user question, last utterance, but the problem is that it only answers the question from the knowledge base and referencing the last utterance. But what if we want to provide more context from the person, from the user to the knowledge base so that it can provide us more accurate response? Again, go watch one of my videos where I show, like, I think how I built like 7.5k chatbot. So this is what it's all about, right? So when we capture all the information from the user about the chair that he wants, we send all this information to the knowledge base and get the information back, like the suggestions on what's the best fit. Okay, guys, appreciate you watching this thing. If you want to get the template, there is a link, subscribe to my newsletter, and I'll send you, right away the access to the hub with all the info. Peace.